So we're going to begin with the quadrantal angles. And again, the quadrantal angles, we kind of talked about this actually on Friday. The quadrantal angles are the ones that are at 0 radians, which is also 2 pi radians, or pi over 2 radians, or pi radians, or 3 pi over 2 radians. Those are the ones that we're talking about here. Before we go any farther, let's look up at the top. This is page 5 of your notes. That's where we're going to begin. And if you look up at the top of your notes, you can kind of see that we've lost the pi's again in the transition from PDF into a program. So I'm going to fill the pi's in. We're going to be determining the terminal points for the quadrantal angle 0, pi over 2, pi, and 3 pi over 2. And for some reason, we did not lose the pi with the 3 pi over 2, but whatever, as long as we know what we're doing. Remember that the whole thing with this is that this is a unit circle, so the radius of the circle is 1. And what that means is that the points for your quadrantal angles, that is when the terminal side of the angle, whether rotating clockwise or counterclockwise, is going to wind up at one of these sort of edges of the quadrant. So again, because the radius is 1 on the unit circle, this point here is 1, 0. This is 0, 1. This is -1, 0. And this is 0, -1. And that's kind of how it goes. So remember that when you're going counterclockwise, you're going in the positive direction, and that's why we're going from 0 to pi over 2 to pi to 3 pi over 2 counterclockwise. When you're moving clockwise, you're going in essentially the opposite direction. You're going to be going negative. So 3 pi over 2 positive is negative pi over 2, and pi over 2 is negative 3 pi over 2 if you're moving clockwise. And likewise, pi would then be negative pi were you going clockwise. So the terminal point for both pi over 2 and negative 3 pi over 2 is going to be 0, 1. So that's what's going on with the quadrantals. And like I said, we pretty much talked about this already on Friday, and I think on Thursday as well, we kind of talked about this. And again, this is all because the radius of the unit circle is 1. That's a very, very important thing about the unit circle, which is going to help us find the other things that we're going to be doing.